Hello and welcome to Math 111Z Pre-Calculus 1, Winter Quarter 2026. My name is Nicole Francis and I'll be your instructor for this course. The first thing you need to do to get started in this course is to go and log into Canvas and find our course. You'll see it on your dashboard. It has this little math heart image. Go ahead and click into that. I'm going to go ahead and go to View as a Student, so you'll be seeing here what you'll see on your page. So here's the information page, the home page for our course. So a little bit about me. There's my name, Nicole Francis, and here's a link to my virtual office. Here's my email. This term I'll be holding in-person office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12:30 to 1:30 in the Benton Center. And I have virtual office hours by appointment. I'm available a lot of different times of day. I've met students in the mornings, in the evenings, on the weekends. I'm pretty flexible about when I can meet with you too. So just let me know when you would like to meet and we can set something up. The first thing I'd like to go over is the syllabus. So let's go ahead and click up here to the syllabus. Again, there's my information and here's the syllabus for the course. You should read this carefully. I'm just going to point out a few highlights. Mostly I'm going to go to down here. Here's the grading scale. 30% of the class is made up of your homework and quizzes, grade, and ALEKS. 15% is going to be from written activities each week. 5% is going to be forum posts. 30% is your 2 exams, and 20% is your final exam. So every week you're going to have homework assignments and ALEKS. You're going to have one due on Wednesday and one due on Sunday, and you're going to have a quiz due on Sunday. The quiz is going to be based on the homework for that week, and it's a quiz only that I'm just highlighting some problems. There, you can use your calculators, you can use your notes. It's not any sort of proctored situation. You do need to score a 70% or higher on the homework to have access to the quiz. So make sure you get that homework up to a 70%, and then you can take your quiz. And again, those are going to be due on Sundays. Every week you're going to have a written activity, and this is so I can see your written math work, and you're going to also have a forum post. Some of those will be introducing yourself, some will be evaluating your own work, all kinds of stuff. There are 2 exams in this course, and they need to be taken at one of the LBCC testing locations. If you're not close to LBCC, you can use another official proctoring location. This is usually another college or a library. Go ahead and look in your local area, see what you can find, and I can help you find one if you need help finding that. Please do read my AI policy. That's important. Let's go ahead now and look at the calendar. So this is our weekly calendar and the topics. You'll see I've already put in the test windows. So the very first test is going to be available on Saturday, January 24th, and then Monday through Wednesday of the following week. The testing center in LBCC in Albany is open on Saturdays, just a few select Saturdays. And I have made it so that you will have a Saturday available during your test window. The first test, the Saturdays before, and the second test, the Saturdays after, and then finals week, it's before. So it's sort of like just when I could squeeze those Saturdays in based on the schedule, I don't pick those Saturdays. But do keep an eye on those deadlines and just know that those are going to be your test windows. So you can go in and take your test anytime on those days. Let's go ahead and go back to our Canvas page. The next thing I'm going to skip over, well, actually, let's go ahead to the modules. So when you go through our course, you're going to see a module for each week. And the way the course is set up is that we have deadlines Wednesday and we have deadlines on Sunday. So on Wednesday, you're always going to have some sort of a forum post or reflection due. You're going to have a lecture video where I talk to you in a video about the material, and you're also going to have a prep module. So this is any prerequisite topics that you might need for the course. Let's go ahead and look at what this looks like. So you will get started with the ALEKS Initial Knowledge Check. That's a whole other thing, and you can watch that. Then you will go to your forum post, and you'll make a forum post. Next, you will go to watching my lecture video. This is me talking to you about what we're doing this week. There's also a link in all of these videos to printable lecture notes. So if you click on those, you can go through and see the outline of the notes. Some students like to print these out and follow along, writing through them. Other students use a tablet to write on them, download them and write on a tablet. Other students just take notes on paper. But you really do need to watch these videos and go through these notes to really fully get a grasp of the material. And then the next thing that is due, as you saw in the modules, was the homework assignment, intro to functions. So prep for week 1. Of course, this isn't available yet because the term hasn't started yet. But when you get there, it will be. So going back to modules, you can kind of see how the weeks go. And then on Sunday, same situation. You're going to have a couple videos with lecture notes. You're going to have a homework assignment. You're going to have a quiz, and you're going to have a written activity. Then you're going to evaluate your own written activity. So when you go to this written activity and you look at it, it'll have the whole problem up. It'll look like a quiz, but the whole problem is there. You can work this whole problem on a separate sheet of paper and scan it in. And then when you go to do the quiz, hit begin, all you're going to need to do is upload that scan from your computer or from the app. So that's the way those written activities work. You can completely see the whole problem before you begin the quiz. It's just the way I'm using it to grade it, so that as soon as you submit the quiz, you will get the key to the activity and you'll be able to see if all your answers are incorrect or correct. Generally, students really like getting this kind of immediate feedback for their work so they know right away if they did things correctly or if they made mistakes. Let's go back to the modules. So you'll feel a pattern for this class, and I try to make it so it's intuitive. You will always have things due on Wednesday or Sunday. Those are the due dates for this class. So if it's Wednesday or Sunday, something's going to be due in your Math 111 class. And in fact, the same things are due every Wednesday and Sunday all week. So if you go through, you can't see more because I don't have it opened up. But if you go through week 2, week 3, week 4, you'll see it's always the same. There's 1 or 2 lecture videos. There's your Alex homework. There's your forum for Wednesday. There's 1 or 2 videos, your Alex homework and quiz, your written activity for Sunday. And you're going to do that throughout the course. So a couple more things I want to point out. Here's the link to Alex. I'm not really even sure what's going to happen when I click this in student mode. This is the way you're going to connect with Alex through your direct digital access. You're going to put, no, I have never used Alex before, and all kinds of things here. I'm not going to go through this because I'm not really a student. But I will give you information on connecting. That way you click on Alex and connect through. It's really very straightforward. Here's where you're going to have your grades. I don't have any grades right now, but you will see all your grades for the course here. This is a link to the YouTube video playlist. Let's go ahead and open that up. This is all the videos for the course just in an organized playlist. So you can go through and see all the videos. If you wanted to go rewatch one or just wanted to go back and look over one from a previous week, this is an easy way to find those. This tab is about help and support. This one's really important. All kinds of good things on this page. So here's the link to the math support at LBCC. This tells you about the math Zoom help, in-person help, their hours, all the different options, both on the Albany campus and on the Corvallis campus. So that's a really good source of information. There's also on this page the link directly to the Zoom help. Here's information about the testing centers, their hours and locations for taking your test. If you need accessibility resources, here's a link to accessibility resources. If you're having trouble with your computer account, student computer help. And finally is a link to First Resort. And this is a resource that students have that I don't think a lot of them know about. It's the first place you should go for any sort of obstacle you may be having as a student. They can help you find employment. They can help you find housing. I've had them help students with emergency funds. For example, one of my students had his backpack stolen out of his car, and they got him a replacement textbook and loaned him a computer for the rest of the quarter, so he was able to continue the quarter. So First Resort is just a great resource for students. Another thing on this page is I just have links to some helpful videos for each week by topic. So if you click on week 1 helpful videos, these are extra videos if you're struggling with a topic. These are longer, more in-depth videos, so maybe you understood all of it, but you were like, oh, domain and range from a table was a little confusing. So you can go to the link for domain and range from a table and go watch that video. So I have these sorted by week, and then also on that each page, it's sorted by topic. Here's the information for your direct digital access, and here's the whole college-wide syllabus. So for you to begin, we go to the home page, and you can be led through the modules like we were. So the first thing you do is click on week 1 and get going. All right, well, that's the information I have for you right now, and hopefully I'll be hearing from you soon.